morning, and thank you very much for joining us. Thank God it's Friday, as they say. My guest is Dr. Jide Johnson, Deputy Provost, Nigerian Institute of Journalism. Great to have you, Jide, as always.
It's nice being with you, Uncle Yori.
Now, I don't know, it ordinarily wouldn't be big news, but Alhaji Atiku Abubakar in America, he tweeted himself, and the thing just caught on like wildfire. Interesting. It was one heck of a secret trip because I think Mr. Paul Ibe, his spokesperson, was continually denying that his boss was headed for America. It was that secret. Even he didn't know. He was later in the night to say he can now confirm. But the point is, it's no big deal if anybody visits America. But this is Alhaji Atiku Abubakar. He's the presidential candidate of the PDP. And no doubt, the whole issue of the supposed baggage that he was carrying and that possibly will feature in the coming campaigns, this must have been one way of addressing it, I imagine. Now, the question I want to ask you, Jide, what do you think of whether or not Alhaji Atiku has now cracked the baggage problem?
Well, it's about how we have framed it over time concerning America or no America, coming to America, like
the Eddie Murphy film.
Eddie Murphy film. So for me, we don't need America to validate or invalidate our political process and our candidate for election, and it is because America doesn't need Nigerian to validate their candidates for electoral offices, but it is the way the political landscape has been framed. It is the way the media has also framed it, that for you to be categorized as being fit and proper to run for election in Nigeria, you must have to go to America. And I've said it, we don't need that. It is we Nigerians that should decide for ourselves whether someone is fit and proper to occupy an elective position. But because that is the way the issue relating to Atiku Abubakar's candidature, whether it's fit and proper for that office, has been framed over time. And it's an issue for me in the sense that the Prime Minister of Britain, a Prime Minister contestant, does not have to come to Ladikwali Hall in Abuja or Sheikh Musa Convention Center before it's considered fit and proper to contest for an election. And so we don't need to go to America, for example. We don't need to go to Chatham House in London, for example, before we know whether our candidates are qualified
Indeed.
to be.
Indeed, I couldn't agree more with what you say. But I wonder if this isn't different because of the suggestion, the quote-unquote baggage that I was referring to. The whole idea was that he was unable to step on U.S. soil because of the whole
trial,
the
money laundering trial
exactly
issue, which
and for
that has been framed. It's an albatross on his neck. Actually, that any time he steps into America, he will be arrested because there is an indictment of United States Congress and the Justice Department.
So
and and he still boils down to what we are saying. What I'm saying.
So that's a criminal matter. It's not a matter about you're saying that the back of it is still the whole validation thing.
Exactly.
But in this particular case, my suggestion is that it's a bit more serious than that, because it was like a dare, say, on the political arena.
That's why it's been political. The issue of his travel or non-travel has been made a major issue over time since he's been contesting. After I left the vice presidency, this is not the first time he's serial presidential candidate.
And it has been 12, 13 years since he was there, in spite of having a wife there and houses there.
Exactly, and then the wife was also involved in the Jefferson trial. Exactly. It was their residence, and it's because we have made that to be a central issue. You see, sometimes we tend to the media focus on frivolity, sensationalism, and not really addressing the real issues that we need to address concerning whether someone is fit and proper to be the president. And I keep repeating this. We don't need America to tell us whether to vote for someone or not to vote for someone. We don't need whether someone goes to America or he doesn't go to America to help us to determine. But because the way it has been framed that this is this person he dare not steps into America.
Because
And
why?
people don't understand that you could get to America if you understand the dynamics of our governments operate globally. You can get to America. All you need to do is to get the right lobbyist. You can have a photo opportunity with the president of America if you have the right lobbyist to get you into one component part of government globally is lobbying. I can get to Aso Rock if I have the right to lobby and I take a photo up with the president next week. The president will not know anything about it. It is his aides and the people that arrange his protocol schedule that will guarantee the president. See, if you understand the concept of lobbying. So going to, for some of us that understands the dynamics of how government operates and how things operate, going to America or not going to America makes nothing. It means absolutely nothing. Because if you know the right lobbyist, if you know the right step, you get anything done.
So, therefore, there's a sense in which what you're saying works both ways, you know,
Exactly.
either for or against. That is to say, people who are aware know that this doesn't mean very much in terms of the original substance of the whole idea. The whole substance, right or wrong, was that the gentleman, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, dare not step in America. And this was used as a political tool because, that is, he dare not step in America because the authorities there might have a question or two to ask him, and he might not be able to answer, especially against the backdrop of Jefferson that you mentioned. He's been convicted. He's done his stuff, but
it's still part of our colonial mentality. Colonial mentality in the sense that
I wanted to suggest, and I didn't want to interrupt you, criminality, the allegation of criminality, and this is where President Obasanjo, former President Obasanjo, comes very much into it. President Obasanjo suggested to us for so long that this was damaged goods.
Now, my take on that is still an issue of colonial mentality for us to go to Chatham House, to go to America, or to use that as yardstick, in the sense that we have our own internal mechanism. We don't have to rely on America for us to prosecute anyone that has committed a crime.
If we can.
If we
have the wherewithal to prosecute him.
If we can. And
Alhaji Atiku has not been prosecuted by anybody locally here.
In Nigeria, so we have
institutions. You can talk as much as you want.
We have institutions, we have structures within the country. So why do we have to wait for an indictment in the United States of America? Let me on a more serious note, if you look at the actors and players in the Nigerian political landscape, there are some of them that have had questions to answer concerning going to America or not coming to America. I still rest on the thesis of my argument. We don't need America or Britain or China or Japan to validate whether someone is fit and proper. We must have an internal mechanism to decide that. Because if you wait for America to get that done, look, America can tolerate mercy, for example. Morsi planned a coup. Sisi rather planned a coup that took away Morsi, a validly elected president in Egypt. Sisi planned the coup to stop Morsi's administration. Then Sisi transited from being a military president to democratically elect. America is tolerating that. You see, when it comes to international politics and international diplomacy, don't use the Western world to be the yardstick with which you come to your judgment, because they can turn their blind eye to what they turn their open eye to. They can tolerate LCC, but they might not be able to tolerate someone that planned a coup in another country. So if you look at international politics and if you look at the Western world politics, sometimes it's a function of their own interest, their own national interest as against your own internal interest. So
interestingly, from what you're saying, there's a sense in which, even though they saw it as something of a coup, no doubt, I mean, by the time the the former vice president, he's a very rich person. He has a house in America. Going to America is no big deal. It's like going to a bitimeter under normal circumstances.
But
now tweeting that I arrived in America. And right beside him is Senate President Saraki. Today, 2019, January, whatever it is, Senate President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Bukola Saraki, and the presidential candidate of the PDP. They were there. As the narration goes, you know, these things are written very, very carefully. There's a whole schedule of an itinerary for him. Especially, I think one of the more noticeable ones will be to speak also with government officials. You know, so you can see that all of this, to my mind, is addressing what might have been thought to be limiting aspects that any opposition could grab hold of. Not only am I in America, I'm going to be talking with the innards, with government officials, among other, you know, duties.
This classic news management, classic public relations, and lobbying is a component part of public relations, and news management is your ability to manipulate news coverage and reportage of events, and this is what it's all about, and this is what we have limited politics to. We have limited politics. We focus on non-issues, on issues of less importance than issues of importance. For example, the 2019 election focus should be on what will happen concerning education, what will happen concerning infrastructure, what will happen concerning the healthcare, what will happen concerning transportation. But you know what we are focusing on? We are focusing on whether someone goes to America. He didn't go to America. If you look at the amount of media space and time that we have devoted to whether Atiku can go to America or not, and compare that to the amount of space and time we have devoted to covering issues like education, covering issues like healthcare, covering issues like transportation, aviation, and the rest, infrastructural development. If you compare the two, you see that the issue of going to America or not going to America has gained more traction in media coverage than...
So, Jide, what does that say about us, do you think? What do you think this says about us?
It seems
because we have a big decision to make. We have an important decision to make.
Because it is important for us to draw the attention of the actors and the gladiators in the political landscape to focus on issues that will better the lot of Nigeria. Whether you go to America or you didn't go to America, whether you go to Chatham House in Britain or you didn't go, cannot solve Nigerians' problem. What will solve Nigerian problems are the policy programs that you have for them. We should be the central focus of what we discuss.
But as you know much better than I, Jide, sometimes perception is much more important than
reality.
Fact.
Now, perception is stronger than reality.
Yes, advertising thrives on it. Communication also can use
perception.
it. You know,
yeah, so perception.
Exactly. And it's an interesting point you make that we're not focusing on the fundamental issues, but on these inanities, and that's why I asked what you thought. Well, but these are pulp issues. You know, pulp press issues. People, how many wives does a person have? How many girlfriends? What's he doing now? That kind of stuff, as opposed to. So that's why this whole matter about he's not able to go.
You know why Trump has not visited Russia, and why Russian president has not visited United States of America? Even the meeting they had in Helsinki,
sure,
was arranged by lobbyists. Is because the environment and the timing is not yet right. Can you imagine the
because these things have to be very carefully arranged.
Managed.
Like chess.
Exactly, managed. So if you understand the trappings of politics, either local or international, you understand that some of the things that are said, some of the things are just done for cosmetic purposes to appeal to the sentiment, which is what managing perception is all about, of some certain groups of people, targets that we are focusing on. I'll tell you this, among the political class, they are the same. They are friends. They exchange pleasantries. They manage their relationship. They relate better outside the television camera and media glare. They relate better. And so we shouldn't, as an industry, we shouldn't focus on those mundane things. Rather, we should focus on fundamental issue. Is this guy fit and proper to contest this election?
Fine. Julian in Surulere, good morning. Thank you for calling in, and apologies for keeping you waiting.
Okay, Harry, good morning.
Good morning.
I'm a first caller to this.
Hey, we're delighted to have you. Thank you for calling in.
Okay, Harry, I just want to contribute to the fact that Atiku was able to get to America, because it has been an issue. Okay, now that he's in America, what next can the opposition party talk about him? Let's hear what next they have to say. Yes, like Uncle Johnson had rightly said, that they are giving more attention to it in the media space than other things they are supposed to look into. But right now, it was a bone of contention as a campaign saga for the opposition party. Now he is there. What next are they going to say? Thank you.
Indeed. Thank you very much for calling in. And that brings me to the kind of the question that I wanted to ask yours before Julian came on, and it sort of feeds into it. I was going to say, okay, so isn't this something of a plus for Atiku's campaign strategy and how he's going to go about it?
It's not. I'm not even interested in whether it's a plus or a minus. It's good for us so that we can put that behind us and begin to ask critical questions. It's a plus for you and I. It's a plus for an average Nigerian, so that critical question can be asked as regards. Okay, Atiku has gone to what?
Because
next?
this is
what
now.
Are the things
This is now going into Julian's question.
Exactly.
So what next?
The next issue is to begin to ask the question as regards the policies and programs that the candidates want to do for us when it comes to the election.
Go to the real substance. The real substance of the matter?
So, substance of the issue. What are the policies and the program? So that we can critically analyze and explain to Nigerians the policies and programs of this gladiator. And we're not waiting for America to validate or invalidate whether someone is fit and proper to be the president. So that's the challenge.
But it's interesting the way Julian phrased her question. So now he's there. So what next? What else is the opposition going to have to
just imagine what would have happened in the debate if just imagine.
Yes.
This would have been a major question in the debate.
Yes.
It must have been a central question.
Yes.
It must have been the dominant question.
So it's
and
been
it would
removed.
have taken away a lot of time. Will have devoted to issues relating to education, issues relating to healthcare.
That's why I suggested that it's an advantage to his campaign strategy.
It's an advantage for Nigeria because that issue has beclouded a lot of series of questions they should have asked the candidate. So we are focusing on mundane issues rather than the substance of the issue. Programs and policies, ask the candidate.
Sheun Inekoyi, good morning. Sheun Inekoyi, we're waiting for you. Sheun Inekoyi.
Yeah.
We've been waiting for you. We were hearing everything you were saying in the past 20 seconds. But please go ahead. Go ahead, Sheun. Sheun. You get cold feet or something? Okay, I think, let's just say it must be the lines. He wanted to say something, didn't realize it was live. They were strategizing. Now he realizes, and then he goes numb. But it's an interesting thing you said. In the debates, it might have come up. It most probably would have come up.
The dominant issue to be discussed.
Now, Atiku has nipped it in the bud by getting into America. But you've pointed out in your earlier analysis that we should stop looking towards these kind of things to judge the substantiality or otherwise of a candidate. But if it wasn't seen to be important, former President Obasanjo, who is alleged, nobody knows for sure, but all these reports are saying that former President Obasanjo was instrumental in getting the Americans to issue a visa that enabled Alhaji Atiku to be there. So you begin to look at it, and don't forget we mentioned earlier that former President Obasanjo spent almost, so long, much more than 4 years, explaining to Nigerians that don't touch this guy.
Until last year.
Don't touch him. Damaged goods here.
2007 to 20.
But now former President Obasanjo is now saying that he's the man. There's someone else on the line. Good morning. Mr. Lawale, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Uncle Lori.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, good morning. Welcome back. You look so fresh.
Thank you very, very much.
Yeah.
Please go ahead.
I just have a little comment.
Sure.
Yeah. Both parties are not serious at all. After the issue of cloning has gone down, okay, the PDP has nothing to offer again. Now, the issue of Atiku, he has finally set his foot on American soil. Of what importance is that to an average poor person in Ekiti State? How does that one translate to food on it or our table? And how does that one reduce the rating of Nigeria in the Committee of Poor Countries of the World? We are not serious in this country. Thirdly, I'm not happy with the press, and I'm happy the director is here. Okay? The Nigerian press journalists rather pay much attention on triviality, on shadow rather than substance. What is the issue of Atiku Abubakar going to America? What has it got to do with Nigeria? Please, let us take the politicians up critically. For instance, no House of Assembly or Senator or House of Rep member has ever complained when some states are owing workers 12 months' salary. Those are the substantive issues. Please let us move from mundane to real issue. God bless you, Yori Kolami.
Thank you very much, Olawale. Appreciate your call again.
You see, like he said, yes. Talking about the perception which you talk about, we spend so much time talking about the president being cloned, Atiku can't go to America. In what way has he helped Nigeria?
And you not know that we're just a little over 3 weeks to the election?
Yeah.
You know,
and then we are not really looking at. You see, I've said it, personality do not solve people's problem. Parties do not solve people's problem. It is policies that solves people's problem. Now, our elections over time, in 1999, they went to prison. They said, the central team of Obasanjo's campaign in 1999, the leader we can trust. That was the central team of his campaign, the leader we can trust. We are fond of looking for personalities to solve our problem. But rather, we should focus on policies that will put food on the table for an average Nigerian, that will provide vehicles, that will move them from one place to another, that will provide security for them.
I got to take Damola in Ibadan. Good morning, Damola.
Good morning, Uncle Yori.
Thank you for calling in, sir.
Yes, thank you. Like someone said the other time, you're looking very fresh. Welcome back.
Very kind of you. Thank you.
Yes, sir. So I will like to disagree a little with the prevalent opinion just now. I think it's important President Atiku does what he has done. And why? Let's take away now and look into the future and assume he emerges the president. And we have a president that has a moral burden on him. Let's say there's a G8 meeting happening in America and he cannot even go. That is a dent. It is a major moral burden. In America, this thing happens. It's not about Nigerians or whatever. It's about the morality of your candidature. If you cannot prove to your people that I'm beyond the merit, beyond the competence, that you qualify morally to be a candidate, then there's no basis. You should not even put yourself up for contention. So I think it's very important because let's assume he becomes president, he cannot do the normal things the president of Nigeria should do. Vis-a-vis his responsibility with our relations together with the international community if he has that moral burden. It's important we discuss and track it. If he does not, he should not even position himself as a candidate, not that could be imagined as a president.
Indeed. Thank you very much for calling in, Damola. And I think that really is the crux of the matter. That, we're talking about facts versus perception here.
Uncle Yori.
We brought it to facts, perception.
The Indian Prime Minister, Narendra Modi, was barred from coming to America because he was regarded as a terrorist when he was still the chief minister of one of the states in India. When he became, the moment you assume the presidency of a nation, you assume a diplomatic status that nobody can stop your movement or going elsewhere. It's good he has addressed the moral body, but it's because we have made it a campaign issue rather than making
who has made it a campaign issue?
They
themselves.
We see
the way it was going.
We, the media,
and the federal government
them to frame the issue.
The federal,
and then the government
Yes.
played politics with it, saying that Americans shouldn't issue. You know, that's where
that
the
is where I
government...
was going to go. Do you
Yeah,
remember
that's
over a
where
year ago when this idea was first
the
mooted,
government said...
Information Minister Lai Mohammed put out this statement.
Whereas the government needs not to concern itself with that issue and allow Americans
But
to
at the time,
take their internal decisions by themselves or not. You know, it's about allowing... I still maintain this. We don't need America. We don't need Britain to validate our politics, whether someone is fit and proper. Every aspect of our lives. Why do we need foreign countries? And like some people, like also our political class, we say, oh, we need foreign direct investment to help build our economy. Foreign direct investment will not help to build the economy. It will exploit your economy. You can only build your economy from within. Economic growth, look at nations that are developed. They develop themselves internally before they attract external investors to invest in their country.
From what you're saying, Jide, then you probably think it behoves the people, we the people here, to look away from all of these problems, and that is all of Atiku's alleged baggage issues. Look away from all of that because we don't need America. Let us sit down here and judge by ourselves what we think. And if we think he's the man, go ahead and elect him, right?
Exactly. If you think he's fit and proper, we don't need America. Look, the Western world always look out for their own interest. They always look out for their own interest. The Western world always look out for their own interest. In what way as France...
So you can't trust them?
Yeah.
So in terms of validation,
in what way as France...
Why are you trusting their validation?
You don't need their validation.
That's what you're saying.
Because they would rather go for their own interest than for your own national... Because their own national interest supersede your own national interest.
Indeed. Ike is on the line. Where are you, Ike?
Hello, good morning, Okuyori.
Good morning, sir. Welcome to the program.
And God bless you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I'm a first-time caller. I've been trying to reach you on your program.
We're delighted to have you.
So please keep it up.
Thank you very much.
Yes, I just want to contribute a little of my own idea.
Sure.
You see, our aspirant president, Atiku, going to America, is a vote to his political ego. And it is the ruling party that made it to become an issue to debate. If they haven't gone it that way, there wouldn't have been much noise about Atiku going to America. So I want to use this forum to advise APs to make issues to become issues, not chasing shadow where there's no shadow to chase. You know, once the really important thing is that now, whether Atiku went to America or not, it does not offer anything special to the common Nigerians. But since they have found himself, they let him get a good idea. Let him come back with something meaningful that can impact on the life of Nigerians so that we will now see that, yes, he has something to offer.
All right, then. Thank you very much. Really appreciate your call. And Jide, I think we can leave it here. It's a little issue. It's a non-issue, in fact. Quite frankly, it's a non-issue.
We shouldn't be celebrating other
at all.
countries ahead of Nigeria.
But
Nigeria is our own. I'm proud to be Nigerian.
Indeed.
And we must have internal mechanism
and this
to
is
determine whether someone is fit and proper.
Our validation should be from here.
Us, exactly.
From us.
Politics, economy, social. Our validation should come from within.
Thank you very much, Dr.
It's a pleasure to be with you. Always.
Deputy
and
Provost.
Indeed, like they've said, you look like a young man. You know?
Nigerian Institute of Journalism. Thank you very much for coming.
My pleasure.
Okay, stay with us, please. We'll be right back. Okay, welcome back, and on to substantial matters now. My guest this time is Sanyaolu Abayomi Omolaja, and Mr. Omolaja is actually much better known as CSA, Comrade Sanyaolu Abayomi. He is the Ogun State governorship candidate of Democratic Alliance. You're welcome. I'm sorry, I beg you, but Democratic Alternative. Yes. Democratic Alternative. Democratic Alternative.
Yes, sir.
Not the other. So, Democratic Alternative. So, you consider yourself, no doubt, even going by the name of your party, to be a viable alternative to all the horses that are currently in the race.
Yes, sir.
It's, I would suggest, but then you would know better than me, you being in politics, it's not going to be a tea party, because there's quite a number of people who are determined to be governor. Nevertheless, does this worry you? Or do you think that you need to explain better to me? I will then see that you need not be worried at all.
Well, thanks so much, sir. Well, once again, I'm Comrade Sanyaolu Abayomi. You know, politics is just a game of person who understand the game very well.
Okay.
And as a matter of fact, I will tell you the truth, sir. It doesn't move me. It doesn't even shake me at all.
All the seeming juggernauts in the race.
Of course, because the party is not a new party. The party that has been in existence since 1994.
Democratic Alternative.
So I believe for all those new parties outside now, they are at least they are the new party. We are old party. And the reason why I said it doesn't move me at all is that we have been practicing politics for the past 16 years now. I've been in the system with them in Ogun State. And I've been part of many organizations, many platforms, supporting the people being the system now.
Is Democratic Alternative, I'm now trying to understand the party so I can from there understand its flag bearer. Yeah. Are you convinced that Democratic Alternative indeed has an alternative to what obtains in your beloved state of Ogun? Is there a need for an alternative, do you think? And in what way are you going to be different from the other players?
Yeah, thank you, sir. There's need for alternative. Let me just say it like that. There's need for alternative in Ogun State.
In what area? Are you talking about governance? Are you talking about what?
In every area, both the governor, the Senate, the rep, the assembly. We need alternative. We want to change the game, the rule of the game. We have been playing with the same game.
Sorry to interrupt you. Can I read from what you are saying that you are not satisfied with the rate of development so far in Ogun, and you think that your party, Democratic Alternative, can enhance that? Or are you about to concede that, no, great strides have been made in Ogun State?
Sir, we are not satisfied. Let's be sincere. We, the citizens of Ogun State, we are not satisfied with what is going on in Ogun State. And we need the changes. And the only way we can make the changes is to get alternative. And we give glory to God by we, Democratic Alternative, we can make the changes. So that is why we come on board. That comes 2019, May, we are taking over the seat.
What are two areas that I didn't want to ask for you because we don't have the time? What are two areas in which that you think is going to be useful in your campaign, selling it to the people of Ogun State to go with Democratic Alternative and your candidature and make you Governor CSA?
Yeah. For example, now, I told you that I belong to many organizations, many platforms. As far as Ogun State is concerned, there's something that dead there now. That thing has been killed. And we want to just reawake what they have been killed already. And that is sport in Ogun State. Because everybody...
A seaport?
The sport, I mean sport.
Sport!
Sport in Ogun State.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
Sport.
Because...
the talent...
Yeah, because I'm a lover of sport. I've been to many things in Lagos State here during the late Adeniji Adele.
Yeah.
I work with him very well. And I know what sport can deliver. And I know what sport takes. The aspect of sport in every state. You understand? But in our own state now, there's nothing like sport again.
Okay.
They have already removed it finally. But at least my own government, I'm taking the sport back to
the normal stage. Even if I want to beat Lagos.
Okay.
So
okay.
through sport.
So your administration will concentrate
Yes, sir.
on that area of sports development, especially
Yes,
maybe with the youth and all of that. Yes. That's one. The other one?
So the second one is the chances of all those pensioners in Ogun State, all those elderly people. Our fathers and mothers are dying every day and day because of not releasing their money to them.
Mm-hmm.
But my own government is coming to that aspect.
Okay.
So I want to see them living very well. I have a plan for old age, any age from 65 years. Once you have already been at least get to that age, 60 or 65, no work again, nothing again, just be at home, be paying them salary every month. And we have plans on how to do that. We have already have plans on how to generate the money.
Are you confident that you can go it alone, Democratic Alternative can go it alone in Ogun State, or might you need to have alliances, associations with other people? Because you said you've been very active on the social scene. Is this something you're doing yourself? When I say yourself, I really mean your party. Or are there alignments with other parties? Just tell me.
Thank you, sir. You know, we have close to 61 political parties. As far as Ogun State is concerned, we have 61 political parties.
Okay.
So, I'm the publicity secretary of Inter-Party Advisory Council Ogun State chapter. As of now. So, I'm the PRO, I'm the publicity secretary. I believe
and governorship candidate
of course, sir,
Democratic Alternative.
Because my constitution,
okay.
The constitution of my party take that.
Okay.
And I've been doing my own work very well. I believe out of the 61, almost 40-something parties will support my journey because they know at least what I have in plan. And they know that definitely I can deliver.
Okay.
So I've been relating with them one-on-one because they are the only person that can give me the backup and I will get to the promised land.
Do you see any particular person in the race with you as the candidate to beat?
Sir, let's be sincere about in politics because I have one thing in life. I'm an activist and I always clear word. I don't hide words. I know the game will be tough. Like Boegano Sirisiaka, Isiaka, GNI from ADZ, Dapabiodun from APC, and like of Honorable Akinlade, Triple A from APM. So those are the three people I believe they can tough the game.
Okay.
I would have mentioned Honorable Atiku and Buruji Kashamu, but the party is still dies normal. You know, they are still fighting for the church.
Okay, give us the advantage, since you've favored our program by coming on it, to know who exactly is Sanyolu Abayomi Omolaja. You've told us you're a comrade, you're an activist, you've been engaging for the past almost 20 years, but tell us about the man CSA.
Well, I said it earlier, I'm comrade Sanyolu Abayomi Omolaja, Oluwadamilare. You understand? I was born and brought up in Lagos, Agege, precisely. So my primary school is Orila Agege Primary School. From there to Yewa High School. Yewa Secondary School. From there to Federal Poly Bida. But I give glory to God.
What did you study?
Yeah.
What did you study in Federal Poly?
Accounting.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So and from there, I moved back to Ogun State 16 years ago because we are from Ogun State. Okay. My father is from Ogun State. My mother is from Awori side. So that is why I choose my mother's side.
Okay.
So I'm from Ogun West. I stay and reside in...
Your father is from?
Odeda local government.
Okay, but your mother is from
my mother is from Awori side.
And so you decided to do the Ghanaian thing, Ghanaian thing and go with your mother?
Yes, sir. So I base, I guess, and work at Ilaro. And Ilaro is the center of Ogun West. Well, you know we have 5 local government there. Yewa North, Yewa South, Imeko, Adodo, and Ipokia. So, but why Yewa South, Egbado South, Ilaro is the center of all the 5 local governments. So I based there. People knows me very well. I'm a man of the youth. I love my people and they love me so much. And that is what gave me that move, because they are crying every time that, for how long for how long can we still continue being in all this political thuggery or not? Because that's what people are calling us. They are political thuggery, and we are not political thuggery. We have it upstairs, but people don't believe.
When people say that, it must be because in the past, maybe the way you stood up against injustice.
Let me just
explain why people will say these guys are a bunch of thugs.
Let me give hammer to that. You know, in life, you must move from one thing to the other. Before they know you, must pass through some passages in life. As far as Ogun State is concerned, we fix them. We fix them there.
Okay.
Face them.
I'm beginning to understand, if you read between the lines, that you and your colleagues, your comrades,
fellow comrades, you know,
actually fix
all activities.
The setup in Ogun.
So we work together. At least when we say we support you, we go to press, we talk. Mm-hmm. We do house-to-house campaign to people that we want you to vote for Mr. Lagbaja. We talk to them. We preach the good gospel. And they will listen without violence, and they will vote for the person. So when it is my turn now, my people need to do the door-to-door campaign for me. They need to preach the gospel too, for me to get to that seat.
From what you've said, yeah, you're depending on your track record, your past associations, and all the goodwill you have from there. Yes. But they say, I've never been in it myself, so I wouldn't know, but they say you need a bit of money if you're going to do this whole thing successfully. Mm-hmm. Is that covered?
Sir, I know, truly, it's money. But in another way, I don't believe everything is money. Because I believe everything. What if I give you money now, I give you 10 million now, at least to mobilize for me, and you just keep my money in fixed deposit account?
10 million is nothing, the way they are saying it.
Sir, but
the way they are saying it. Let's say 10 million is chicken change in these kind of ventures.
So, and you didn't do any work, and you are just telling me that no problem, Oga, there's no problem, there's no problem. Don't you watch your bag, you will see us.
Okay.
And at the end of the day, if I check my bag, I didn't see you. And that is why you yourself need to start doing the work yourself. I need money, seriously, I won't tell you lie. I have been contacting many of my friends outside the country.
Okay.
That's this game I'm into. I really mean it. I'm not joking. I want you to give me backup. Because before I get to where I am now, all what I spend is not by my power alone.
Okay.
It's from my colleagues, my friends. That's Soyolu. You really mean the game? Yes, I want to be the governor of Ogun State. Okay, we will help you with this. Okay. We will do this, we will do this. So they are the one who help me.
What kind of, since people who go into your kind of venture have to have a strategy, some people will say their own projection is that all other things being equal, I think I need 10 billion to execute this project. Some people will say, as far as I'm concerned, it's 50 million wouldn't be enough. Do you have any figure in mind as if this is the kind of thing that you would spend? I just want to know what your idea is in terms of.
Yes, sir. From the findings and my feasibility studies across all the 236 wards in Ogun State, because I've already done my sketch. So with God with me, if I have 2.5 billion, definitely I'm good to go. Okay. You will just see me next time when you call me. So I'm coming with 10 storage.
Interesting. One moment. Somebody has called in. Yakub has called in. Good morning, Yakub. You got a question for CSA or comment?
Yes, of course. I have like one or two questions for you.
One, Yakub, one. One.
Okay, no problem. Let me go to the important one. Though I have one or two questions, but I remain straight to ask one.
Thank you.
There's one Ogun State politics. this time around, no one will say that this person or that person is going to win the election. It's going to be very, very interesting. I wish you good luck. That is number one. Number two, the question is this. There's one program going on in Ogun State now called Homeowner that makes the landlord and landlady in the state to get their certificate of occupancy in time. But what do you have for Ogun State to make it easier than what it is today? Because it is very, very difficult. Some of people apply, but up to today, they have never got those certificates, even though they are ready to pay. Thank you and God bless.
Thank you very much, Jakub, for calling in. That is a signature policy that he has just talked about here. Yes, even Ogun indigenes abroad and all of that are all queuing up, but perhaps it hasn't been going as smoothly as it should, I think is the point that he was making. First of all, your comments on that laudable project and whether this is something you will continue or improve.
Sir, let me be sincere with you. I want to tell you one thing, just the mission of Ogun State need to be continued. I appreciate His Excellency Senator Ibikunle Amozo. He has done his own. Somebody did it before he came to that place, okay. But he has done his own.
Oh, no, she won't.
Yeah, but as a matter of fact, I want to tell you, sir, if I get to the seat, I won't stop the mission. I will continue the mission. But the only thing that is very sure is that, like what
so you're a firm believer in the continuity of governance.
But like what my brother just said now, the only that there's some things that is untouched during the tenure of His Excellency.
Okay.
Which the first thing
that you will.
I will first touch all that before I even done what I plan to do.
Sure.
I need to touch that, like what he say now. I need to clear that.
Okay.
I don't want the
That's something you're going to address.
So address that first. Because if our people live in peace, they are the one voting for us. You need to give them what they want.
Okay, so you'd speed up the issuance of certificates of occupancy, etc. Those kind of things that will enhance the life of the people.
I give it to them.
Okay. Let me, another caller. Good morning, Mr. George.
Good morning, Uncle Yori.
Thank you for calling in.
Good morning to your guest.
Yeah, you're welcome, sir.
Uncle Yori, two things quickly. The gentleman in front of you should tell us one thing about his moral standing. In what area is he known in his personal conduct in his community that he can say, anybody can say this about me? This takes me to the previous topic, Uncle Yori, if you allow me to comment on it. I wasn't able to get through to you. This issue of going to America by Atiku is a non-issue. Don't forget that the time the offense for which Atiku is supposed to be standing trial, America is not what it was at that time today. In today's America, their president is under several investigations and is under several corruption trials. In fact, the Congress is muting the process of impeaching him now. That type of president that doesn't have a record of integrity cannot question somebody who is supposed to be on trial as well. So if he's able to go to America, it is not because he really deserves it. People should not use that as a yardstick to tell us this man is now. It has not, okay, has that case been erased? The person that went to jail in America, has he been pardoned because he was not guilty again? So if his own case has not come out, doesn't mean that he's free of it. We should get this one straight.
All right,
so tell the young man in front of you, we want a governor or a leader that can stand the test of integrity. If you are checked today by security agencies, whether you have committed fraud before, will you be found guilty? Yes or no? Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. George. You heard it.
Yeah.
So, can you, first of all, do you appreciate the question?
I appreciate.
You appreciate it?
Yeah.
That Nigeria, there are those that feel that too many of our leaders are not where we deserve for our leaders to be,
yes, sir,
in terms of their moral integrity.
Yeah.
Do you think you qualify?
Yes, I'm qualified. You see, one is that when you have the fear of God, you will serve your people very well. We are messenger to our people, to our citizens. You can't just go there and be the governor of the state and now say people are nobody. You are not governor to just be governing people. You are a slave to your people. That is the meaning of governor. That is how I believe what they call governor.
Your interpretation. As a servant of the people.
A servant to your people. So don't be there and believe that you are the number one citizen. You can do whatever you like. Whatever I do, nobody can question me.
Okay, I hear that, but you see, you've been in the game for quite a while now, and as we come up, I think you yourself alluded to the fact that you've passed through phases. You've passed through phases right up to God has brought you to this place where you're vying for governorship of your state. Along the line, as our people say, are there areas where you know that if a light should be shone right now, I don't care for certain things to come to light, or are you living with a clear conscience?
Yeah. Thank you so much, sir. You see, I love this question most. Just somebody I have. I have something in my life. I have something that I lean on, that I believe in. And that is my source of power. And I will reveal it to you. You know, I told you I'm an activist. I said something reality. I have one strong person that gives me power, that will reveal the secret of tomorrow to me. Which, I will tell you, nobody passed that person in this world. It's God Almighty. He gave me that chance. He told me to move on this journey, sir, and that's why I'm moving. You understand that? So that's the only thing I believe in.
So you don't think you've been an unfair beneficiary of the system, perhaps a long time ago?
Never.
You know, politicians along the line, people, activists, you know, just anybody who comes to the kind of place you are about to go now is going to be scrutinized by all sorts of agencies. And I hope there won't be any matter of you're forgetting to declare any particular account or anything like that. You feel confident in that whole area?
I'm cleared.
You're clean?
100%.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Peter in Jalingo, good morning, sir.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for calling in. You've got a question for our guest?
Yeah, not question. Just to greet him, wish him good luck on the journey that he has taken to the great Ogun people. I wish him good luck.
Okay.
I pray that God will support him and make his wish come true.
Okay. All right then.
Also, hello. And also about a lot of are you hearing?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. Just your last topic also, you know, unlike your last caller, said that it's a non-issue. They are the people that made it an issue.
Okay.
Because they are the people that they are supposed to go and protest in the American embassy. They're not supposed to do that. They are the people that make it an issue. If not, this something that nobody would have known about. It just demand, even though you travel, you go and come back, you won't bring any. But they are the people that make it an issue. They were paid going to an embassy to protest. What? And making much noise about it. And now he has gone and come, they are now, let them continue where they stop. They say it's a non-issue, but there are people that made it an issue.
All right then. Thank you very much, Peter. Appreciate your call. We got to go now. We've almost run out of, in fact, we have run out of time.
Thanks so much.
I can't even squeeze in one more question.
Thank you so
because I was going to ask how important you think the role of women are in the society in Ogun. But maybe a quick yes or no. Are they important?
We can't do without them.
We can't do without them?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I think I'm just going to have to satisfy myself with that.
So
There's a lot more I could have asked, but thank you very much, CSA.
Yes,
Comrade Sanyolu Abayomi Omolaja, Ogun governorship candidate of Democratic Alternative.
Yes.
Wish you all the best in your endeavor.
Sir.
Indeed. So that's our program. Please join us on Monday, God willing, for a fresh edition. I am Yori Folari. Do have a great weekend.